Hello, this is a overview of our Capstone II project for the 2025 summer semester. The project name is the IT Asset Management System, put together by myself, Ryan Bliss, Julian Rodriguez, Brandon Aseo, Mohammed Dosani, and Caden Seeley. So I'm not going to go through the full PowerPoint slide, but here is the agenda for our PowerPoint. This is really an introduction. Our toolkit, meaning what languages we use and what software we had to use in order to put this all together. Programming languages mainly are in PHP in conjunction with JavaScript, CSS styling, and HTML, as well as our database being primarily used with SQL or an SQL style database using queries and things of that nature. While putting together this project, the software that we utilized, Visual Studio Code, MySQL, PHP MyAdmin, which allows us to log into our database and manage it more efficiently, as well as XAMPP, which essentially allows us to use Amazon Web Services and Apache to boot and run it on a local network. So from a scalability standpoint, we would want to host a server for this project to be able to push it to companies for utilization.
Hello everybody, my name is Julian Rodriguez. I'm going to be covering this first section here. Now, many organizations that range from small to mid-size still manage their IT assets manually, often relying on spreadsheets or simple lists. While this may work at small scales, it quickly becomes a problem as the number of assets grow. Without a proper system in place, assets can easily become lost or unaccounted for. Reports on asset values or on conditions can be outdated or inaccurate. There's often no clear record of who is responsible for a given item, making accountability and maintenance a challenge. Our IT asset management system addresses these issues by introducing a centralized web-based platform designed to streamline the process. By digitizing asset tracking and incorporating role-based access and real-time data updates, this solution reduces manual errors and significantly improves overall IT oversight and control. This system is designed with both functionality and user experience in mind. Let's now go through some of the key features at this high level. First, we ensure secure access through the login gateway. Users cannot directly access the core applications such as the inventory page without first authenticating. This is enforced through a session-based login checks that redirects unauthorized users back to the login page. Once logged in, users are presented with a sleek dark mode interface that's both visually modern and easier on the eyes that helps for extended use. Navigation is made simple with a top toolbar that provides quick access to all major features, and it is even mobile friendly that will adjust with horizontal scrolling on smaller screens. The system also includes smart display logic. For example, the search bar is available on the main inventory page where users can search by asset name, asset tag, or assigned to. However, that search bar is hidden on filtered views like unassigned or assigned to pages, keeping the interface clean and focused. Forms within the system are dynamically handled. They can open simultaneously, auto-scroll into view, and submit with a fast response. To provide user feedback, an audible chime confirms each successful form submission. Let's now go into the login and logout process. This login page will be the gateway to the application, and users will authenticate with present credentials to log in. And once logged in, they'll be able to keep the user authenticated across pages. The logout process is just as simple. With a single click, users can securely log out, ending the session and preventing unauthorized access. This helps ensure that only authenticated users can have access to sensitive asset information. Altogether, the whole login-logout flow forms a secure foundation for the rest of the application.
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Aseo, and I will be walking you through the first three sections of our IT Asset Management platform. Starting off in the inventory section, here we have a mock list of equipment that an IT team at a company can be expected to keep track of. Starting off in the name column, here we have the exact name of the equipment being tracked, things like a Dell Latitude 5520, an LG ultrafine monitor, Netgear Nighthawk X6, etc. On the next column, we have the asset tag column. This is useful to keep a shorthand of the items. For example, a Dell Latitude 5520 is a laptop, so it corresponds to the asset tag LT. LG ultrafine monitor is a monitor, so MN. A Netgear Nighthawk is a router, so RT. Logitech MX Keys is a keyboard, so KB, etc. This is very useful for searching up later on, as we'll see. Our next tab is the Assign To column. So here we can see either the employee or the student, potentially if this is applied to a school, that this equipment is assigned to, or if the equipment is unassigned. This can also be sorted. As you can see, we sorted by alphabetical order. And then we have the last updated column. This corresponds to the assigned to column. This is when it was either last assigned or unassigned to the exact date and time. Now, say you could use this search bar to search up by asset name, tag, or assigned user. So say I wanted to see all the Dell products that we were carrying in this inventory. I would type in Dell, and it shows me all the Dell inventory. If I wanted to use the asset tag feature, which is very useful, I could type in LT dash, and I can see all the laptops that we currently carry. If I wanted to search up all the monitors, I would type in MN, and I can see that as well. All the routers, RT, and I can see those as well. If I wanted to search by user, for example, we have a user named Marcus. I can see everything assigned to Marcus by typing in his name, and I see all the equipment assigned to him. Same goes for Alice. Moving on to the unassigned section, here I can see at a glance all our unassigned equipment. So say I had to assign something very quickly to a student or an employee, for example a laptop, I can see quickly right here that we only have one laptop in our unassigned section, and it's an Apple MacBook Air. And I know I could quickly assign this off if need be. Onto our next section is our assigned to section. And here I can see all of our equipment that is currently assigned out to somebody. This starts off with the employee name tab. So we can see that Alice has the Dell Latitude 5520. We see the asset tag, and we see the assigned date that it was assigned.
All right, my name is Ryan Bliss. I will be going over the Assign Asset button and the Assign Maintenance button. Both of these are forms that allow us to assign assets to new employees or existing employees, as well as assign maintenance allows us to basically take an asset, and if one of our employees reached out to us and said, I'm having difficulty, this isn't working, it's broken, we can then assign it to maintenance, get it fixed, or if it just needs to be deprecated altogether, we can, get rid of it or send it in for RMA, or, try to get a resolution solved. The assigned maintenance is also going to be used to remove products or remove assets from individuals that may be retiring or leaving the company or something of that nature. So first, let's do the Assign Asset button, which is up here at the top in the nav bar. When we select it, we can see that we have an auto scroll function, which automatically opens the form so that it is visible to the admin who is currently using the system. We have a drop-down menu that lists all of the current employees that are in our system. I'll just select Olivia here, and it will only display unassigned assets in this list. So we can't double assign a product. It will help a company ensure that there is no double assignments. You can't have one item checked out to multiple employees. So let's go ahead and assign this Samsung Smart Monitor M8 to Olivia, and we hit assign. There is a slight chime noise that can be heard. Hopefully you can hear it through the recording. If not, I heard it come through my speakers here. It's just a simple chime to let the admin know that the product or the asset has now been assigned. So if we filter this view and we find Olivia here, We can see that the Samsung Smart Monitor has been assigned to them, and it also gives us the date, which is today, 7/29/2025, and the time right beside it as well. In addition, if we go to the assignment history, which isn't something I'm covering here, we can also see that it is now showing up in the history that Olivia Zhang has been attributed this product today. Next, let's go ahead and go to the Assign Maintenance tab. Same concept, it has an auto scroll feature which will automatically open this form up. And just to show you as well, if we had both of these forms open, it would still auto scroll to make sure that the form is visible. The last form that is selected will always be visible to the admin that is operating the system. And we can always close the form by selecting the button again. So if we were going to submit maintenance, let's just go ahead and do the same monitor that we just assigned to Olivia. We'll go ahead and assign it to maintenance. We can select the date in which we are going to be assigning it to maintenance. Let's just say that they are leaving the company. And there's no resolution needed here because the product is not defective. They're simply leaving the company and sending us the product. The cost here would cover, let's say, the shipping cost. Maybe it's going to cost us $50 to get it shipped. We have a remote employee, so we're going to have it shipped from them back to our warehouse so we can keep it in our inventory. And this is going to be performed by me, which is admin RB, which are just my initials. And we'll go ahead and submit this log. Again, a little chime is heard on my end to signify that the maintenance request has now gone through. And just to verify, we can select the maintenance history option. And we now see that everything I just entered, the Samsung Smart Monitor, has been assigned to maintenance for the reason in which they are leaving the company. And that product is now going to show up as well here in the unassigned view. So we know that that product is now available for assignment to another employee.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Hassani, and I will be showing you a demo of our maintenance and our assignment tracking. So for first, you'll see here all of our inventory, everything we have, everything we are having to distribute. You can see right here that some of it's unassigned, some of it's already assigned to different users, and when these assignments were in place. This is used to not only keep track of our inventory or keep track of what everything is, where everything is, and who actually has it. Now, if you have an issue with your inventory, let's say here your Dell Latitude 5520, you can put in the date of when the incident was occurred. 25. The issue, let's say it is screen repair, and now resolution of any. Let's just say I did fix this. I would say screen was repaired. And was shipped out for replacement. Now, say the cost is, let's say it is $50 to fix the screen, and then performed by me, Mohammed Hassani. So then we submit this, and this is how that little noise will notify you that it was sent in for maintenance history. So as you can see here, we have our Dell Latitude, submitted on this date. Here's our screen repair, and here's our resolution. Screen was repaired and was shipped out for replacement. Here's our cost, $40, and here is who it was performed by. Now, we do this in order to keep a tab on everything that has come back, everything that has been given, and everything that we have, just on hand, just in-house, that hasn't been given out to anyone. So now that this laptop is, this Dell Latitude is ready to go, is ready to be shipped out, is ready to be given to someone, it is now somebody else is logged here to show us exactly what was done to it and what was the fixes to it. And then if we go down to assignment history, now we can look at exactly what was sent out, what was sent in, and when it was received alongside of if it was sent out again or not. So right now we have, let's just choose here randomly, an Apple MacBook Air M3. This sent out to PDNR on the 20th of this month. So now that is in the news. These are all different items in our inventory that have been shipped out or assigned to a user. So, but we were able to keep track of exactly where everything is handled, and where everything is being sent off to. Now, the reason for this is being so useful because in the IT industry, you bounce off different equipment a lot. Like we have already a wall of equipment here. Lord knows who has it. Lord knows what is it being used for. We know what's being used for, but Lord knows who has it, how it's being handled, and if they cause any issues. This is why the system is in place to allow us to not only keep track of what was being taken, what is being used, and what is being fixed on at the moment. Many organizations rely on certain spreadsheets, rely on multiple logs. This leads to this being heavily outdated, heavily being an issue because now you are now running around, going back and forth on your notes, seeing what's done, what's been performed, what hasn't been updated, what hasn't. Here we have a simple way of showing exactly where everything is, where everything was repaired, and what everything is remaining to be sent out. So yeah, that was this portion of the presentation. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Hi, my name is Caden Seeley, and I'll be taking over this part of the presentation. Now, let's look at how new assets and employees are added into the system. Now, if you see here, we have the top toolbar, and we have Add Asset and Add Employee. So when I click the Add Asset button in the toolbar, a dynamic form appears with 8 input fields. These fields allow the admin to enter detailed information about a new piece of equipment, including the asset tag, name, category, and description. Additional fields capture the original cost, current value, and availability, and there's a date field that automatically updates in the last updated column on the inventory page. This ensures that any new entry is traceable and properly documented from the moment it's added. To enhance usability, the form auto-scrolls into view, and once submitted, a quick chime sound confirms success. The asset is now instantly visible in the inventory and becomes eligible for management. So let me go ahead and show you an example of this in play. So we're going to go ahead and use one I already have prepared. So this will be MS440 as the tag. It'll be a Logitech MX Master 3S. Its category would be a mouse. And its description is an advanced wireless ergonomic mouse. And we'll go ahead and enter the date, which is today. So 07/28/2025. Its original cost is $99.00, and its current value is $94.00, and it is currently available. So we'll go ahead and press Add Asset, and as you can see here, Logitech MX Master 3S that we just added, it is there, it's unassigned, and it's available. Now, similarly, the Add Employee feature allows the admin to register a new employee into the system. The form contains 4 simple fields. So we'll go ahead and press Add Employee. Now we can see that there is first name, last name, department, and email. Now, once submitted, the employee is automatically added to the system's database and becomes available in the drop-down menu when assigning an asset. This streamlines the workflow by eliminating the need for manual data entry or updates in multiple locations. Now, like all other forms, it includes auto-scroll and plays a confirmation sound for user feedback. It's fast, intuitive, and contributes to keeping our assignment records consistent and accountable. Let's go ahead and make one right here. So we'll do a Jane Doe. Let's say they are in the IT department. I'll go ahead and just create them an email, janedoe@gmail.com. We'll go ahead and press an Add Employee. Now we'll go ahead and press Assign Asset here, select Employee, and we can see Jane Doe is now right here, added perfectly. These two tools are critical for keeping the system current. They ensure that the asset and personnel records remain up to date without breaking the flow of daily IT operations.